I really hate Zoom for phones.
Me too.
Mood.
I also hate how big my nose looks on Zoom for phones. Like, look at this
We
thing.
are
It looks like
live.
it looks like a fully matured Bartlett pear.
So speaking of fully mature noses, welcome everybody to Spellbound Survivor Land of Oz Tribal Council. We're at the final five, guys. We're at the home stretch. First question goes to Giraffes. Dressed up for the occasion, got all dolled up for tribal because it won't be you going home. You're only one challenge away from getting a chance to plead your case to the jury. Tell me how you feel right now.
I feel freaking ecstatic. I can't tell you the last time I'm in a position where the lowest I can get right now is fourth in a game. I honest to God could not tell you the last time I was in this position. Um, I'm very happy. I like there's no other words to just describe my current mental state. It's just happy and relieved.
Yeah, I know. So like I know that I often get kind of sniped early merge. So like getting to the end game's like this very like rewarding feeling to me. Like, yes, all the work that I put in up until this point paid off at least to some extent for me to have made it this far. Next question goes to Scott. I mentioned last tribal that with Grace leaving, there's more people now in Ponderosa than there are people in the game. There's so few people to talk to. How quiet is it at camp?
You know, I mean, it's quiet here and there, but then there are moments where it's not quiet. Sometimes it's kind of nice because then you can just lay alone with your thoughts, and then you're like, oh wait, I'm alone with my thoughts. Talk to me. No, I'm just kidding. It's it's still nice. We're still here kicking it with each other and just seeing what happens next. I don't know what the wiggle was for, but
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I was like, I don't think I wiggled. Did I
no, I
wiggle?
giggled.
My eyes wiggle every time I host a tribal council. Next question goes to Shelly. With all this for how much game you've played together, many opportunities to interact with one another. Three of you have been on the same tribe together, at least post swap. Um, how much harder is it to vote people off? Like, do you think people will be leaving here with hard feelings because of how close everyone is?
It's been hard for me the entire game. I mean, I don't think there's been a single vote, okay, except for maybe Kitty, where I didn't have a like some kind of relationship with that person to where like my heart didn't feel genuinely heavy when they left. So, I mean, yeah, obviously we've spent more time together, so I think it is obviously harder. Um, but that's the game.
My next question goes to Richard. It's going to be completely unrelated because, I hosted last tribal council, wasn't expecting myself to be able to, but I had to leave to go to work. But Richard, you were saying something at the immediately after Grace got voted off, and I left for it. So can you tell me what was that going on?
Yeah, I just like revealed to everybody that in the pre-merge I had gotten to the Rainbow City and met the wizard, and the wizard had bestowed upon me the Emerald Idol, which basically is a fancy word for a super idol that can be played after the votes. And I was just explaining my last two votes and why I did it, and it set me up to be in a position to where I would at least be safe at this tribal council. So that's basically what I was saying if you hopped out. But I mean,
Yeah, because I know that I believe Brian ended the recording mid-speech, so I wasn't able to review this back when the tribal finally got uploaded. Which, mind you, it's back up now. It's up now. Took us a while. Tawny has been feeling a bit under the weather. My next question goes to Giraffes. Well, if that's the case, there's this emerald, this super idol, that would hypothetically eliminate Richard from contention. So there's even fewer people you get to vote for here. Like, do you think maybe if that will come into play, other idols and advantages are coming into play tonight?
I don't think so. Um, just because like this is the last night for anything to be played. Um, I don't think anything else is going to be coming out of the woodworks. I believe the Emerald Idol is the last thing that came out of the woodworks for us all. and is the only thing that's now standing between us and a Final Four.
And so, Scott, assuming that this is true, right. Let's say Richard does have this Emerald Idol. Now your chances of getting voted off go from 1 to 4, hypothetically, to 1 to 3. So, hearing that back then, and now seeing that you're not immune right here, how nervous are you about going home tonight?
Let's just get one thing straight, buddy. Oh, I sound drunk. Let's just get one thing straight. I never come into tribal council not nervous. So, I mean, I I hope it's not me tonight, but I always come in with that little inkling thinking it could be. So it pays to be a little paranoid.
And let's kind of piggyback off that notion of paranoia. It's not been a secret that Shelly, you've had to travel rather recently. So time zone's very drastically different from like the typical. This is a very Eastern time zone friendly game. In Germany, is not a Eastern time friendly environment. So how nervous do you feel like that change in time zone and your schedule changing may affect your safety tonight?
I think it has dramatically affected my safety. I really do. And it's unfortunate because I can't control the sun. But I definitely have not been able to have as many conversations with people as I did when I was in Seattle. And there's kind of been like a running theme throughout the game that people who are inactive are targets. Um, and so, I have heard that like may be a factor in this vote. And all I can say is like I have never missed a tribal council. I've dragged my ass out of bed at 2:30 in the morning to show up because I've put my blood, sweat, and tears into this game. And I'm clearly not an immunity challenge threat. So, I guess that's just like my final pitch to people who are, thinking about, maybe slitting my throat tonight. Um, that there are, I'm a good person to take to the end.
Okay, then. So my last question goes to Richard. If you had to compare this game, not this round, this game as a whole, to any of our previous challenges, which challenge would it be and why?
The scavenger hunt. 'Cause we were always kind of scrambling each round, trying to find allies to work with. Things change from the pre-merge to the post-merge, but I think that the three people that I work with closely, the closest the whole game, are sitting right here with me. And barring like a knowledge is power and a major blindside on myself, like I'm pretty sure I know what's going to be happening tonight, but this has been an incredible ride so far, and I'd love to keep it going. And yeah, a scavenger hunt. That's what I would compare it to.
I love that answer because you're right. This game is predicated off of lying and deceit and making sure it's not you. It's like this game of like politics of trying to get in everybody's ear, trying to have as many conversations as possible to ensure it's not going to be you. I joked last tribal, oh, if we had to compare this to a world event that happened in the last 24 hours, clearly fishing for the election to be the thing because everyone has a vote here. Everyone has a voice and every single vote matters. And most of these tribal councils even made a point to note that I've read every single parchment. So one vote going a different way, like whatever, Tony. One vote going a different way could completely drastically change not only who went home that tribal council or everything that followed after in this game. Tawdy, no, we're not gonna make the tribal political. I just wanted to draw a comparison, okay? Ah. But anyways, time to vote. If you haven't voted yet, please cast your vote. Like to change your vote, you can change your vote. Or if you've already voted and just want to lock it in, lock in your votes.
Locking in my vote, locking it in hardcore.
So real. Do you even need to check the chat? So I have only 4 chats I need to check instead of 5. Neat. I'll be back. Shout out people if you like.
Shout out to fans of drag.
Hey, I'll shout out my Aunt Julie. I love you. You're so awesome. My favorite aunt. Don't tell my other aunts.
Okay, Julie.
Shout out BB, Roll Tide. Shout out all my cats at the crib, of course. And shout
Shout
out.
out, shout out Shelly. Hopefully she gets to go to sleep after this.
Yeah, our German traveler.
Ich bin müde.
One of y'all has a knowledge is power, I swear. I'm gonna be that would be great. That would be the greatest thing ever though. I like that
I
would be,
wish I did. I don't got nothing.
that would be so cool though to like jack it from you right at the end.
That's, I do not have one, but that does remind me in one of the seasons, someone was like, do you have this idol? And they were like, no, but you can have this fake one. And it was hilarious.
Oh yeah, Xander.
It was so funny.
It's a good thing I pre-voted because like my tribal vote doesn't seem to be sending via Discord. So
Speaking of
whatever.
votes, I have all the votes. But if anyone has a hidden immunity idol or an advantage that they would like to play, now is the time to do so. Okay, the window is closed. Once I read the votes, the person that has been voted up just has a few moments to gather his, her, or their belongings and get the hell off my island. First vote. Nathan. That's 1 vote for Nathan.
That's on it.
Nathan. That's 2 votes, Nathan.
Did he self vote?
Is that even allowed?
Scott. That's
Oh,
2 votes, Nathan. 1 vote, Scott.
oh, what?
Nathan. That is 3 votes, Nathan. 1 vote, Scott. 14th person voted off of Spellbound Survivor Land of Oz. And the 7th member of our jury, Nathan. Nathan, that is 4. And tonight, that is enough. I know, Nathan, you are away right now and you weren't able to cast a vote. But whenever you do get the chance to see this, thank you so much for choosing Spellbound Survivor. I know your lovely friend Morgan played the season prior. And while you were only 1 placement off of at least matching, maybe potentially surpassing her placement, you still did a phenomenal job. I've been wanting to host you. I've seen you in the scene, not playing too many games, playing every now and then, but so it makes it all the more honoring to me that you chose to give Spellbound Survivor a chance. Thank you so much for playing, and we're sending you off into Ponderosa. But with all peace and love, get the hell off my island. But with that being said, final 4, guys. You guys have a 3, only one of you will be joining Nathan and all the other previous merge boots in Ponderosa as a member of the jury. My final 3 is standing here in this Zoom. It's just a matter of who the 3 people are. So it's going to be a battle royale. We're going to duke it out. I gave you guys until Sunday to complete this challenge. People's lives, other obligations, their jobs getting in the way. So whatever time is best for you to compete in this challenge in the next 2 days, just at Prod. You want to do it tonight? We could even do it tonight for you guys. And Tribal will be on Sunday as well. And for whomever joins the jury, the round table will also be on Sunday. Sunday's going to be packed full of stuff you guys need to take care of. But best of luck, you guys, especially Shelly, who I think it's like 2, 3, whatever a.m. needs some rest. You guys made it here. You guys are Final Four. You should be proud of yourselves. Good night, house guests.